Good morning, everybody. It's November 13th, 2019. And I really want to talk about the skies today and the weather. You know, I'd like to show you something. It's about 8:30 in the morning. Welcome to sunny Alberta. This is sunny Alberta. This is a province that always had too much sun. Always we had clear skies. You guys looking up like, okay, you're thinking, well, it's November 13. Of course we're going to get cold weather. Well, that's true. Alberta does get a little colder sooner. But we've been getting crazy fluctuations of weather. We've been getting from minus 20 this week to plus 10. It's like a 40 degree from one to the other. And I like to get out in the morning, go for my walk or my run because I get sunshine. But not today, because usually they start chemtrailing the skies, and I know you can't see any planes because they've already done the job. They've already been working. Please look at the way that the clouds are. Those are artificial constructs made to cool the earth down, to cool us from getting the sun. And if you don't believe me, I am here in Alberta, Canada, and I have had my heater, my furnace running since August. Not every day, but since September, maybe 15th, it has been running every day because it has been cold. It's been cold all the time because every time I turn around, they're chemtrailing the heck out of our skies and they're taking away our sunshine. And you think I'm just nuts? Well, I'm going to tell you guys, the Bible says that you will, in the end days, that there will be signs in the sky. And the powers that be will be causing this. And we're seeing that with all of the chemtrails. And if you think I'm just a nut about chemtrails, it's because you're looking at your phone. It's because you're looking down all the time. Why do you think they brought out all of these smartphones? So that we stop. Look at pictures. Just go randomly. Look at pictures of people out in, say, the middle of downtown. There's my fella. The little of downtown, and just see them walking around, looking down. Nobody's even looking to see. They glance up for a minute to make sure the crosswalk is right, and then they're right back at their phones. Nobody's seeing this. Nobody's seeing what's happening. They're all believing in climate change. The little Greta girl has been a staple that they have used, the elite have used. And if you don't know this, in Germany they used it, in Russia they used it, in all the different wars. They always have some little girl, and there's pictures out there of all of this, like the Nazi little girl. She looked, the one that Hitler used to get everybody to believe in climate change, to get everybody all riled up and not believing what was happening. Back then, they weren't really doing anything to the skies. They were just bullshitting everybody. Excuse my French. But not today. Today they're actually doing something. And they're using this poor girl. I don't know what she is, or I know I've heard some nasty things. I'm not going to go there about the child. Because honestly, she's being used. She's being used and she's being manipulated, and she's a child. So God bless her. I pray that she is okay, that nobody is truly abusing her like what we know what's happening to all of these children. And, you know, she looks like a trauma-struck child. She looks emotionally abused. And it ain't by us because of our climate. It ain't by us because of our plastics. It's because of the people who have her, who are her handlers. This child is being abused to set a message out, just like Hitler did, to rile up people, to make people blind from the reality. But this time the deception has went where everybody's looking at their phones, and every now and then they look up and they hear a little girl screaming, "I should be in school." Well, you're right. We should all be in school. All of us. We should be all learning God's ways. We should all take these signs and know that we are at the end of days. We are in the last days. We are in the judgment time. And it's up to you what side you want to take. You can continue going on living your life and believing that you are saved or born again, but you're doing nothing for Christ. You're doing nothing to follow his law, and you think that you're okay. I pray for you too, and I hope you are. I hope I'm okay. I hope when it comes right down to it, everybody can find Christ and we can actually be free from this. At least have your mind free from all the manipulation so you can see clearly. My little dog down there, if you can see him, I'm going to focus in. He's going quite a ways. Just a little bit. He has been very ill lately, and he insisted I took him out for my walk. I truly don't want to. He's got some serious health issues and probably not going to make it much longer, and my heart is going to break when that happens. He's been my faithful friend for 10 years. And that will be a very sad thing. And I believe his illnesses, along with a lot of other illnesses, is because of the chemtrails. It's because of the stuff that they're pouring down. Do you know that you can't even take, your water, like your rainwater, and have it tested now by a lab to see what is in the water? They refuse to now. Because the parts per million are so outrageous they can't explain it, and the government has stopped them from testing. Stop them from testing because they don't want us to know. Well, you can hear a plane up there, but you can't see them. Be aware, people. Be aware what's really, really happening. This is not my imagination. This is not all of the other people who are. I'm going to leave a link. There's a couple of amazing YouTubers like Richie from Boston and another one. I can't remember his name right now. I'd like to give you a shout out, but I can't remember, but I'll leave a link. And this other guy, that's all he does. Scruffy, that's all he does he just had his hair tested, and I'll send that link. Because that's all he does is he films. And he had his hair tested, and you wouldn't believe what it came out. Because you see, you can get your hair tested now for health reasons still. You can't get the water tested, but you definitely can get the health. Actually, I have more to talk to you about, along with my dog being sick. You know, here in Alberta, I don't know what's going on in your place, but everybody I know is getting, not everybody, but a huge number, almost out of every family that I know, there is somebody that has come down with some mysterious illness. My daughter, 2 years ago, was diagnosed with MS. We know that MS isn't truly, you can't do a blood test to get it, it's just a symptoms where you start losing feeling, and it's something like that. So basically it's an autoimmune disease, right? And then my sister-in-law started having seizures this year, and she's been in and out of the hospital, and she's 45 years old, and they've diagnosed her with grand mal seizures from, what is that called, that disease, that disorder? Anyways, you guys know what I'm talking about. And then my girlfriend, who did live a block away from me, just moved away recently, and her 13-year-old daughter, for the past 2 months, has been in and out of the hospital for seizures. In and out. They don't know what's wrong with her. They don't know. It is rampant. Everybody's getting extremely ill with deadly deadly illnesses that I know around. And that, this is not normal. This is not the way it usually is. Most people, it's a rare thing for somebody to get these diseases. And for a 22-year-old to get MS, or a 13-year-old who is like on the gymnastics team and ballet, and extremely active young girl starting to have seizures for no reason and high fevers. And so it's not just what's happened to her isn't just, that she's hit her head from being active in sports. She's actually got something that's going on with her. And this is why. It's what's in the skies that they're pouring on us people. It's what's in the water that we're drinking. It's the food that they're tainting. I sound like a complete lunatic. I understand, I do. But the more you look into this stuff is real. You're in the last days. We're in the judgment days. Satan is a roaring lion, seeking to devour everyone. God bless you. Stay in the faith or get it. Get with Jesus. It's the only way. Love you all. Talk to you later.